Hey guys, it's your girl Janelle, that transgender female from out of the Bronx. Today I'm shooting a video because this one is kind of deep because I wanted to talk about my transition, why I transitioned, and what got me here. I always knew since I was like young that I was gay. I knew that I was into guys. I was living in denial um, because I was ashamed of it. I was on the down low. Now, I always wanted to fit into society. When I was younger, I was always had that the feminine ways about me, where people always questioned my sexuality. So I guess I didn't want to give them the validation in knowing that their assumptions were true. But you know how they say most transgender people feel like they were born in the wrong body? Well, I don't necessarily feel that way. I feel that as a man, I was comfortable in my own skin. I was confident in being a man. But I knew I was gay and that I couldn't never be no girl's boyfriend or no, woman's husband because I was into guys. I was not comfortable with being gay. And then around 2003, I met one of my good friends, my bro, and he introduced me to a whole new world. I met other guys like myself that were on the down low, that were comfortable with it. They were attractive, they were fly, they were just like me. And it made me start to feel more comfortable with my sexuality to see all these other guys in my age range that were just like me, regular guys, but they were gay. Then I went through my bisexual stage where I was bisexual. I was doing guys and girls. I was still always on the down low. I was never admitting to people that I mess with guys. I remember I would tell my friends stories about my little encounters, and I would make it seem like it was with a girl, but it was really with a guy. Because I've been with a lot of girls in my life, but I've been with more guys sexually. But I went through all of these phases of my life, the whole down low, trying to be straight. I had a kid. I went through the bisexual stage. I went through the just being gay. In 2006, I fell in love for the first time. And got to that point where I was like, you know what? Fuck what people think. This is who I love. I'll tell the world this is who I love. I'll tell my mama this is who I love. And it just happens to be a guy, you know? So at that point, I became more comfortable with my sexuality, falling in love, and not caring what people thought because you love that person. Love is a beautiful thing. But yeah, so like I said, I always knew I was gay. Checking my weave, making sure my shit is right. But I was always into like the guys, the hood guys, the trade, I guess we like to call them. I was always into those, like the guys that weren't in a lifestyle, but they'll fuck around with you if you were girly enough. So I remember at one point I was on the masculine side and I was trying to play the whole masculine thing, tat it up, trying to get the six pack going, and just being hood with it, dressing hood and everything. And it wasn't working with the trade. They didn't like that. They wanted trannies. They wanted femboys. So I started to get more in touch with my feminine side and pretend to be feminine, I guess, for guys to get their attention. But that would only take me but so far because I still looked and dressed like a dude and was built like a dude. So I could get guys, but the most I could get out of them was, oh, they'll let me give them some head or something like that. They may fuck me, but with the trade, you gotta buy them weed and stuff like that. And I don't know, as I started getting more in touch with my feminine side, I liked the attention that I was getting. And then I would see the trannies. When I lived in Brooklyn, the trannies used to be on Bushwick and on Broadway late nights. And they used to be out there making a killing. And I used to walk through late nights to be nosy. And honestly speaking, to get the leftover trade that didn't have the money or wasn't trying to pay for the trannies. But they wanted some action. So voila, here I go. But, you know, I started to become infatuated with the trannies. Not infatuated, what's the word I'm looking for? Intrigued with the trannies because guys were really fucking with them. They were really getting the guys that I couldn't get. The guys that would pay me no mind were going after the trannies. So I guess that's where it started. I started out by once I bought this little wig, this synthetic wig. It was like this long. And I would put it on late nights and go out and just see how much attention I would get. And I would get more attention, but you know, at the end of the day, I was still a dude. So I started out cross dressing and I started to get more attention from more guys. So I started to like it. I was like, all right, this cross dressing thing is working out for me. I made a pretty girl when I did cross dress. But at the end of the day, I still had a man's body and I was basically a man in a wig and makeup. I started getting better at doing my makeup. Then I got a boyfriend. I ended up with a boyfriend as a cross dresser, no hormones. Had a boyfriend. We lived together briefly and that ended abruptly. And I don't know, after him, I just was like the whole cross dressing thing. I had established this female identity and this whole just character. I knew what type of girl I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to do with myself. I wanted to be that bad bitch that's not a thought, that not any nigga can have. I wanted to be exclusive, a classy girl, a lady. And I made that choice. So after my boyfriend, about a month later, or 2 months later, I started taking hormones. That would be August of last year. I started on my testosterone blockers. And then in October, I started on the estrogen injection. So it's been almost a year. On the 11th of August, it'll be a year. Actually, the 10th of August will be a year, which is Sunday. It'll be a year since I first started my hormone replacement therapy. And on the 11th will be 10 months since I started injecting estrogen. So I'm happy with my results, and I'm really happy I made the decision to become a transgender female. I felt like this was meant what I was meant to be. Now I see it after, and now that I'm still going through the process, it's starting to dawn on me. This is what I was really meant to be. I'm not happy being a girl. I want to make it clear, like, I didn't feel I was born in the wrong body, and I didn't transition because I felt like I should have been born a girl. I honestly did it, perfectly honest with you. I did it because I wanted more attention. I wanted more guys. I did. And now that I did it and I'm getting the attention, I'm getting more guys. It's not about that anymore. I'm doing this because I feel like I can have a better life. I can be happy. I can actually find love. I can find someone. Because the gay lifestyle really took me out. And I just was tired of the bullshit in the gay lifestyle. I feel like if I continued on living the life I was living, I would have never been happy. And now I feel like I have a whole new shot of being happy. I have a new life, a new identity. It's a fresh start for me, and that's what I wanted, and that's what I needed, and I'm so glad I did it. Transitioning was the best decision I ever made in my life, and I wouldn't. If I had to go back and do it all over, I would have done it maybe 5 years earlier, really. But that's my transition. This is how I got here today. I started out, like I said, being gay on the down low, not comfortable. And now I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. I feel great. I'm confident. I am a proud and motherfucking confident transgender female. And I'm still in my beginning stages. I'm not as passive as I want to be yet, but I'm getting there. And, you know, I'm beautiful and stunning. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And that's my transition. And I have more videos I need to upload, but I definitely wanted to shoot this one because this is me and this is what got me to being Janelle Jones. From Prince Marcus to Janelle Jones. Oh, and by the way, before we go, I'm excited because I went to go see my hormone doctor today, my endocrinologist, and I got it. I got my letter. Let me get it out my bag. Alright, I got my letter today, which is giving me permission to go down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and have my sex changed on my ID. I'm gonna read it. Patient name Janelle Jones. Then it has my social and date of birth. I'm not gonna say all that. But to whom it may concern, I have been licensed to practice medicine in the state of New York since 1990. Janelle Jones has been my patient since August of 2013. In my medical opinion, Ms. Jones is a transsexual woman. I have determined that her female gender predominates and administered appropriate sex reassignment treatment. As a result, Ms. Jones has had appropriate clinical treatment and has now successfully undergone all necessary medical and surgical procedures to fully transition from male to female. Ms. Jones should be considered female for all legal and documentation purposes, including on her passport, driver's license, New York State benefit, and Social Security records. Indicating her gender as female is accurate and will eliminate the considerable confusion and bias Ms. Jones encounters when using identification that does not reflect her current true gender. I affirm under the penalty of perjury that all of the information contained herein is the truth. So I'm going to take this down to the DMV to go get my sex change on my ID. And I'm so excited about that. I'm taking my steps. I'm getting there. My next big milestone is my year anniversary, which will be in October. It's really been a year since I started, but I count from when I started taking that estrogen. When I started pumping that estrogen into my blood, honey, that's when it all began. But I'm gonna let you guys go. This is the longest video I ever shot, but I bet you had a lot to say. Peace. I am out. Bye. Ta-ta.